I remember playing with my neighbor across the street and, like, my sisters and I, and this is so bad. We had, like, this big, like, divorce scandal in the family, and the mom was on the phone with her ex-husband because he was, like, trying to get custody of her kids. And she was like, absolutely not. I'm taking the kids and everything. Oh, and by the way, I threw the ring in the trash. Click. Oh, and
no.
we're, like, 10 years old, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is, like, making for great TV. Meanwhile, our parents are probably like, are they okay? Is this play therapy? Is everything all right?
Grab some popcorn and stick around. We've got some garbage to talk about.
Hi, Rogue.
Hey, Zax.
Hi, Karina.
Hey, Zax.
Hi, Yuvia.
Hi, Zax.
So, we're continuing on with Barbie cinema, or whatever the TV version is.
I was thinking about that last night, where it was like, oh, today we're going to talk about, in Barbie month. I was like, it's really Barbie month? Because we're not doing this all in 1 month, right?
No, it's just been kind of how we're doing it.
The
Barbie
Barbie
comes
series.
out.
The Barbie saga. The Barbie series.
Yeah.
The Barbie cinematic
Chronicles.
universe.
Barbie Chronicles.
Yeah. Ooh, can they do... Oh my gosh, can you imagine if there was a Chronicles of Barbie, but, like, instead of Riddick?
Oh, I was thinking Narnia.
I was
Narnia too. I was like, who's
Narnia's
the lion,
on
who's
brand
the
for
witch, and who's
Barbie,
the
though.
wardrobe?
I want way outlandish.
Alright, anyway.
Yes. So today we're talking about a web series, but I also saw it on Netflix, so I think it was just online, though.
Yeah,
Called
it's online.
Barbie
Online
Life...
and accessible through streaming services.
Life in the Dreamhouse, and I think it's very cute. We watched season 1, and so we're just gonna give you like a quick rundown of our first impressions, and I definitely recommend you check it out. I think, as somebody who didn't really grow up with Barbie like at all, watching this stuff, it's all like pretty decent to watch, and I genuinely thought the show was very cute. It's very tongue-in-cheek about itself, which I feel was welcome. Yeah, so let's just go sort of round robin, I guess. I'll list a character's name, and we'll just sort of gush about any opinions we have on them.
Okay.
Let's start with Barbie.
Iconic.
Bimbo.
Perfect.
Okay.
We have iconic, bimbo,
Perfect.
and perfect.
Which
She's less of a bimbo than Ken is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken is a
Certified
another
himbo.
Himbo too.
So, throughout the show, I would say, like, they really, like, I like all the gags. Like, in one episode, we get to go to her closet, and she just has, like, every costume. And in the canon, she was an astronaut. And
Those
she
were all of her careers.
Yeah, all of her careers was in her closet.
And her friend sees the astronaut outfit and goes, "You went to the moon?" And Barbie goes, "You haven't?" Like, Barbie, relax. No one has white privilege like you do.
Yeah, check your privilege, Barbie. I guess we could talk more about Barbie in relation to everybody else as we go, because most of the things I want to talk about involve other people. So,
I do think it's interesting that they made her, they like literally kind of perfect, right? Because she's pretty. She's always, and we'll talk about this in relation to another character. She's always, her hair is always perfect. She can just shake it out back into her perfect style. But also, she can build things.
Oh, yeah.
And
She is a god in architecture.
Yes.
I think she's basically Malibu Mary Poppins.
Yeah, and she does great in the wilderness. It's not like she's like, oh, Prissy can't handle camping. She's great at everything she does.
Yeah. And I will say she has, like, a lovely thirst for life. She's just out here trying to have fun. And that's kind of like her whole gig.
Just having a blast. And I love that for her.
Okay, let's talk about Ken.
Himbo.
Himbo.
Gay coded.
To use an outdated term, metro.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny.
That's what we call them.
Here's a fun thing about the term metrosexual. Also, like, this is one of the things where I don't know if whichever adult I ask also didn't know, or if they just didn't want to tell me the real answer. But I remember being a kid and, like, not that young. I was, like, maybe 5th grade or something, and we were watching one of those MTV dating shows that are all great. We should probably talk about those at some point.
The one with the bus.
Next was amazing. I don't
Oh my
care.
gosh.
I don't care what everybody says.
I'll
Literally
admit,
everybody.
I've never watched an MTV show. I'm fairly certain I haven't.
You're
You
not
are
missing out.
Okay, good.
You know what,
Two different
though?
opinions.
The only thing that I remember about MTV was that it showed music videos, and then that was it.
Well,
When?
Daria was on MTV, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a classic.
Well, oh no, I've seen a few episodes of Daria.
Although
like a
I
few.
usually watched Daria on, like, when it was on Teen, or the N/Noggin/Teen Nick.
Okay,
That-
Noggin was not the same as Teen Nick.
No, it was like the first
So
half of
Daria
it.
on Noggin.
No,
Noggin's
okay,
like
so
for
like
babies.
okay, so like, you know, like, I don't know how it works for everybody's channel, but like at one point, like, Noggin/the N became its own channel.
Right.
And so, like, in the morning
No.
it was Noggin, and then it would just become the N, kind of
Okay.
like...
But for me, when Noggin and Teen Nick became their own channel, they became separate channels.
Yeah, I remember that phase. I remember... Oh, well, for some reason I feel like there was, like, a transition period before they realized, like, oh, we could just have another channel. Which,
Yeah.
like... Okay, I'm not going to get into that because I just don't understand how TV and the internet is even able to be a thing. And that'll... Okay. But anyway.
MTV does have some valuable entertainment. Some.
I
You really gotta
like
dig for
parental control. If I can find my favorite episode, I will show it to you guys.
Cody
I-
Co just did a video on parental control.
But I don't think... Well, I guess I'll have to check it out. But I doubt he did my favorite because nobody cares about which one was my favorite.
Oh, okay. I
I
don't care about Zach's favorite.
Yeah.
Comment below
the
if you
best
want to hear
one.
about Zach's favorite.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, thank you for validating me. But back to my original thing. So metrosexual. I asked, like, what does that mean? And the answer I got basically led me to believe that it just meant, like, me. Like, you're just, like, really into making sure you look good. So it's, like the me part.
Yeah.
But then I was talking to Bob recently about this, and apparently I was wrong. And what it actually is just a thing. It was a derogatory term for gay people because it's like, oh, city people, metro people, gay. Was like,
I don't think that's true.
Huh?
Maybe. Okay, I just looked it up, because...
Okay.
According to the Merriam-Webster definition, it is a usually urban heterosexual male given to enhancing his personal appearance by fastidious grooming, beauty treatments, and fashionable clothes. And then...
Oh, so someone who just cares about their appearance.
Yeah, and that's what I had always been told also. And then the little definition that comes up when you Google it, from Wikipedia, is metrosexual is a portmanteau of metropolitan and sexual coined in 1994, describing a man of ambiguous sexuality who is especially meticulous about his grooming and appearance, typically spending a significant amount of time and money on shopping as part of this.
Men, is it gay to do self-care?
So,
I mean,
Is it gay to clip your fingernails and do some skincare?
Is it gay to love yourself?
Like,
Oh, you're
that's
a dude
the-
and you love yourself? That's kind of gay, bro. That means you like
Kinda
another
sus.
man.
I don't know. It says ambiguous
Kinda
sexuality, so it can apply to
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah, I looked at I saw that one. I looked in the Wikipedia thing, and it just includes that terms references uncertainty as to whether they're gay or bisexual or straight. So I guess it's ambiguous.
But
But
in
I
the
guess-
in the dictionary definition, it says a usually urban heterosexual male,
Ooh.
and then Urban Dictionary says a normally straight male who possesses qualities of a gay male without being attracted to men.
Okay. Well, it's been a journey, but I finally know what metrosexual means. But
After
it's-
all these years.
It's all I ever wanted.
But anyway, it's
Simple
an
country
outdated
girl.
term. It's
Country
an
girls
outdated
make do.
term anyway, because it's like it's your body. Do whatever you want with it. Come on.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too. There was actually an episode of Parental Control where the issue with him was that he was too metrosexual. He cared more about grooming himself than like taking care of his girlfriend. One thing that was also fun about this show is how they'll like recreate how awful a person is. I'm like, well, he's not that bad because he went along with this thing that paints him in a horrible light.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay, so he's awful. But it'll just show him like sitting at a table with a mirror out, and she's like, "Babe, hold on." Like he's plucking his eyebrows or whatever. It's like they're already perfect, sir. You're
You don't have to
stunning.
do anything else.
Calm down. But anyway,
You're gonna
okay,
overpluck.
And for that, I'm gonna say next.
wrong show.
Okay, one thing I wanted to bring
Okay.
up about Ken is
Yes.
that he's a good boyfriend. Like
Mhm.
he's not a jerk. He's very like caring towards Barbie.
He's
They're
in
all-
love with her. It's so cute.
It's very
They
cute.
they are always going out and doing stuff.
Yeah.
He puts up with her energy at 11 all the time. His energy's always matching hers.
There was an episode where she got her driver's license and he was just as excited as she was. And I was like, you know what? That's a good boyfriend.
Yeah, I loved that.
I would love to see, like, I don't know if any of the later seasons have this or if they could bring it back to do this, but I would love to see how this Ken and Barbie and Ken got together because it feels like they were just born dating.
Well, in the first episode, Barbie does mention that Ken and her, Barbie and Ken, have been dating for over 43 years.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And by the way, that kind of makes you think, Ken, put a ring on it already.
They don't have to. Maybe
They
they
don't
don't
have
want
to.
to get married.
yeah, it's like
They've been
just-
Together
It
for
can be common
43
law.
years.
They can be
Yeah,
common law. It's
law.
fine.
I'm sure it's common law by
also, he
now.
might just like living in his own place. He might,
Yeah.
even if, like, it might just be the kind of thing where he thinks it's fun to go over to her place. I mean, they
Yeah.
literally have, like, they essentially have nothing to do in this town but whatever they feel like. So,
Okay, understandable. I will take back my accusation that Ken is not marrying
Dragging
Barbie.
his feet.
if anything, although with the canon we see, as we'll talk more, I would sooner believe he's proposed multiple times and she has said no. Because she doesn't want him to get married.
Yeah.
She seems like that kind of gal to me. Okay, let's talk about Teresa and Nikki, her two best friends of color.
Yeah.
Of color and
Is
unspecified ethnic origin.
Is Teresa of color?
Teresa was always like the racially ambiguous
Coded.
doll because she was a brunette and like olive skinned. If anything, I'd say
Yeah.
Teresa's like she's Italian. So
I
not
always
POC.
So she's you.
I
So she's
coded her
Korean.
as Hispanic
That's why I
all
identified
my
with her.
life,
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say
don't-
maybe she's Latinx.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I think what this decision makes is that we've just sort of decided whatever we identify as.
I
she
think
can
it's
be.
a similar situation to Yasmin the Bratz doll, because a lot of people are like,
Yeah.
oh, she's Middle Eastern. No, I always thought she was Hispanic. Oh,
I thought
really?
she was
I thought she
Hispanic.
was like... So, she's racially ambiguous enough that girls who didn't look like Barbie had someone to relate to.
Okay, Wikipedia says, over the years, Barbie's family tree expanded, and soon Barbie would have many diverse and multicultural friends. Among these was Teresa, who is depicted as being Italian or Latina.
Huh.
So there you go.
Okay, so we were right.
She's biracial.
Well,
Okay,
good for
so
Teresa. I want to say that Teresa's chaotic as hell. Teresa's extremely chaotic.
one thing, I guess the only thing that I think, one, I like their friendship. I like how ride or die they are, but I think this goes into like how I don't know what exactly the takeaway from it is. Because I get that Barbie's the perfect one and has to be perfect. But, it wasn't bad. I just noticed that, like, on that episode where they got stuck in the closet. So,
They got really irritable at the end.
well, Barbie ends up coming out perfectly ready for the date. It's all good. And then we just see Teresa and Nikki just scarfing down chocolate in the background like they've never eaten before in their life.
Well, they were
And I
stranded
was-
in the closet,
Yeah.
and they said they were
3
hungry. That was
minutes?
established earlier in the episode.
That's fine. That's fine. I get that, like, they're not perfect. It's just, I would like to also see
Them being perfect.
Barbie in an unflattering way, too, or I don't know. It was just weird.
Well, there was that
Look,
one
I guess it
episode
just-
where
There was an episode
I-
where she was on
where she was
I get-
purposefully, like,
No,
unput
I-
together.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm saying that it was just, that was the first episode.
Yeah.
So the first thing I saw was Barbie goes on this beautiful date while her ethnic friends are scarfing down food like they're starved. And I didn't like it all that much.
You're like, Barbie, what's going on? And then, like, 2 episodes later, it's like, oh, Barbie looks like a ragamuffin here. Okay, it's fine now.
So that was just my first impressions of them. But I do like how, I think it's nice that it's a friendship, because as it goes on, we see sometimes Barbie will do something with one friend, and sometimes she'll do something with the other and for each other. I won't get into too many details because of this whole event, but I do like that just one time Barbie and Nikki went to a party together.
Yeah.
And, like, they don't even really mention Teresa because, like, they just had plans, and I think that
Yeah.
that's realistic.
Teresa was
'cause
sick
you-
that night. She had a cold. She couldn't make
Yeah,
it.
probably. But I also want to mention, because I didn't mention this about Nikki, but, like, she's the more, like, realistic one, because in the episode where they do go to the party, she's immediately catching on to, like, what Raquel is doing to them. Like, trying to make them look bad, and Barbie's like, oh, no, it's like, oh, maybe they just wanted to take a dip in the pool, or something like that, right? But,
Yeah.
but Nikki was like, oh, this girl, she's trying to mess us up.
She's trying to make us look like clowns out here. And Barbie's like, no, I think it's fine. And Nikki's just like, ma'am, read the room.
But I think that's also a good thing about Barbie, is that she's always trying to see the good in people.
I love that Barbie in this is just an absolute airhead.
Yeah, it's
Like-
weird, too, because she's, like, brilliant, but an airhead.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Lights on, but nobody's home, but she's
had, like,
also went to the moon.
yeah.
yeah, she's had, like, over 100 occupations, and in even the last episode we watched on her birthday, I think Teresa mentions that Barbie
She's run for president.
Yeah, she's run for president! And she has to be at least 35 to do that. So,
I mean, she's been in, like, a 40-plus relationship.
not only that, apparently she's been a race car driver
Without a license.
without a license.
Yeah.
That was my favorite way that the episode ended. It was like, oh, I finally got my license. Were you a race car driver?
That was a great
Episode ends.
I love like all those little like tongue-in-cheek gags they have throughout. Like at one point, this took me a minute to figure out what was even going on because I didn't really have Barbie stuff. But when they are redecorating the house, they get a bunch of stickers and pull the furniture out of them because when you have a Barbie house, they come with like little stickers that you can put where you want the furniture to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cute. That's nice
One
for
of
people who like
My favorite
Barbie.
running gags in the whole show was when they're using something like a hairbrush.
It's, like,
it's
oversized.
massive. Or like there's food and it's massive because they're all to scale. Because
Yeah.
they're Barbie dolls.
So-
My favorite, one of my favorite gags is when this might not just be like because they're Barbie dolls, but it's when Stacy, no, it's not Stacy, it's Skipper is told to decorate the living room, and she's like, "Oh, I have the hardest job," and then she just goes and presses a button, and it's all done.
There's
And also the one where Stacy throws all the ingredients into the oven and doesn't even mix them, and then the cake comes out.
yeah. Another little like funny nod to them being Barbie dolls is there's a little gag in an episode where they have a table and what you think would be like a lazy Susan because there's a circle cut in the middle, but it flips and on the opposite side is like a tray of food. And I remember having, like, a little
Yes.
Barbie table that did exactly that. Like, you'd flip it on one side, it'd be a flat table, but then you'd flip it around, and there'd be, like, a bowl of popcorn. I thought that was so cute.
I really like the attention to detail because, like, they don't look like well, they do look like humans, but they're dolls. They're Barbie dolls.
Yeah, like you can see the
Like-
cutout part of their head and
Yeah.
arms and
The
stuff.
animals are,
Yeah,
like,
they're-
plastic, and
they're-
you can see their joints.
Their fingers
their
are always
joints.
together.
Yeah.
Their joints don't always, like, move how, like, they always
They-
move how, like, a Barbie moves.
The
They're
plastics
always
and rubber
on their
squeaks
tippy
when they
toes.
move.
Oh, yes. They're always on their tippy toes because that's how Barbie always was.
So
You know, 'cause-
two things about this. It reminds me there was an SNL sketch from I don't even remember when years
with
ago.
Britney Spears and
Yeah,
Amy Poehler.
starring Britney Spears. Yeah,
I
with
love that one.
Inside Barbie's Dreamhouse, and it reminds me of that. They had like the oversized brushes, and there's like stiff joints and whatever. And then also, I think that if Life Size had an animated movie or an animated show, this would be that because it has it has the same type of tongue-in-cheek humor about dolls and like how the Eve doll in that movie had all of these different careers, even though she was like, oh yeah, I was an astronaut and I was a lawyer, but she had no information about no knowledge of any of the
Zax,
actual
if
jobs.
if you're able to put the gif of Eve typing just random numbers and letters on the computer screen.
Oh my gosh. I was just thinking about that movie now that we're talking about it.
Card in the corner. So, all this to say, Nikki and Teresa, excellent best friends. They're very fun characters, and I love how just sometimes they're like, what is going on?
They're like, hey, Barbie? What are you doing, girl?
Can you explain this? Barbie's like, yeah, don't worry about it, it's fine.
I like that, like, they somehow don't get the gig, even though they've
Yeah.
presumably been her best friend forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're
let's
also, like,
move
very
on.
supportive and sweet, and I love them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are good. Let's talk about the siblings. There's Skipper, Stacy, and Chelsea.
Sorry,
I
do
like-
you mean Kelly?
Yeah,
Oh,
replaced
I
Kelly.
hate,
Oh,
I hate that
I'm looking
rebranding.
I'm looking at the Life of the Dreamhouse wiki, and it's listed her name as Chelsea.
No, Chelsea replaced Kelly in 2010 as the littlest sister of Barbie.
What? So they,
They
don't
did
even
a-
mention, but they don't
Yeah,
have
I don't know.
Kelly.
I don't know why,
Are we
but they were
supposed-
like,
I'll
we're
have to
rebranding
look this
Kelly
up.
to Chelsea, and it was the worst
They-
business decision Mattel has ever made.
They also made her slightly older because Kelly was like a toddler and Chelsea's like 6 or 7.
They could have kept Kelly and been like, oh, she's the toddler, like she's in kindergarten, and then had Chelsea, who's like in 3rd grade, let's say. So then there's just
Yeah.
more dolls. But no, they had
Yeah,
to
it says
completely
she
cut
was-
Kelly out of the family tree.
No
She was
offense.
retired in 2010, which makes me think that Barbie disowned Kelly for some dark reason.
Sorry, Kelly.
What
but
did
you just
Kelly do?
I
I'm
will not
sorry.
accept this Kelly slander. Kelly was a perfect, sweet angel who did nothing wrong and does not deserve this.
You don't fit in with the brand anymore, Kelly. It's time to go.
I'm in kindergarten. What do you mean?
You can live with the dogs outside, but we are renaming you and also replacing you with a
Aging
better
you up.
model.
I'll make this before the video gets posted. Friendship with Kelly ended. Chelsea is my new best friend.
Oh my god.
So Skipper's like the emo teen one.
Yeah.
I
And
love.
would say
She's the
she's
alt
emo.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
okay.
say that she's just having that phase.
She's an alternative girl, and I love it. I'm here for it.
She's very
I-
fun and spunky.
She also
I-
got rebranded as an alternative girl, and I loved that.
Because she used to be strawberry blonde, but now they're like, no, she's a brunette.
In Rapunzel, that was Skipper or someone else?
Kelly.
Kelly,
That was-
yeah.
Kelly
Was
is
in
always
Rapunzel?
yeah.
Can't
It's
believe
always
you're forgetting this, Zax. We just had a conversation.
yeah.
And
Kelly
I told
is,
you guys then that I didn't think that was a good framing device at the time.
Yeah,
So
Kelly
didn't
is
hold on to it.
in like the later Barbie movies when they do the this story is me telling you a life lesson, my sweet sister. Usually it's Chelsea. But previously it was Kelly, and then I think they brought Skipper or what's the middle one?
Stacy?
Stacy, yeah. Stacy, I still have to remember because she's super new. But yeah,
She's
Kelly.
not that new, right?
Yeah, she was introduced in like the 2010s. So she's not
Don't
that
think
new.
that's right.
Really, when was she introduced?
Wait, hold on, let me look.
I'm looking it up right now. Okay, Kelly became Todd's. Who the hell is Todd? Twin sister.
1992.
until- Yeah,
Really?
1992. There we go.
Stacy was from 1992.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had actually heard of Stacy before I heard of Skipper. That's not saying that, like, Skipper's super new, but, like, as a child, I knew more about Stacy than I knew about Skipper.
Yeah. Because I remember Skipper's like big introduction to the world, to much controversy, was the puberty doll.
Oh,
yeah.
I
Like,
remember that doll.
I'm Skipper. I'm growing up. If you pull my arm back, I get taller and I grow boobies. And conservative mothers were shocked.
I mean, I get, like, the controversy about, like, no, I actually don't really get it that much because that's what happens.
Sex ed's important for kids.
when you grow up. When you grow up, and you're a female, you do get boobies.
You get boobs and you grow taller. Except if you're me,
I don't
you just
see
get one.
the
Because
problem.
I've stayed this height since I was in grade 5.
I can confirm she has
Same.
stayed that height.
I'm so short.
Oh,
This isn't even trying to drag Karina, but I can confirm, yeah, she hasn't grown.
I am 5'3", and I will not let anybody gaslight me into thinking I'm shorter than that. Nobody believes me when I say I'm 5'3".
I believe you.
What's that Nikki quote? First of all, I'm 5'3", not 5'2". I just put that in the song because it rhymed with the verse.
but okay, 2 questions for everybody. Okay, so first, oh gosh, what was the first? Okay, well here it goes. Here's one of them. Maybe I'll remember the other one. When you played with Barbies, did you use their names or did you give them your own names and make your own like adventures? How did you guys play with Barbies?
The latter. I always made different stories up. I never used Barbie's name. Barbie was just like, it was like she was an actress that I hired for my little playtime session, and that was it.
I think
To me, it depended on the scene. Or how many characters were in the scene, because sometimes I would have Barbie and then a bunch of other dolls who were also Barbie, but I was like, this is Rachel.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I've said this yet, but I had a huge box of Barbies that I did not play with. And my mom kept buying me Barbies, thinking that I would play with them. Oh, she'll like this one. And I never really played with them. I remember specifically the ones that I think I played with most. I had like a gymnastics one that had a set of parallel bars that really excited me for some reason. And I liked the like shiny spandex leotard that I really liked. And then I also had an Esmeralda Barbie from Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I loved that one. But yeah, I don't remember like the gymnastics Barbie, how I played with that one. I just know that I really liked the parallel bar.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever made like little scenes. I don't remember ever really being very good at pretend play as a child.
Yeah.
I just liked the tiny like blenders and appliances and stuff.
Yeah.
And just they were really cute, and I just wanted to spin them or whatever. But I think part of that was the product of growing up between two boys. So
I only really played with Barbies when I visited friends, because like I only have like one Barbie, and like I didn't really play with toys like at all, honestly. Like I had some, I just really like TV. But anyway, they can imagine for me. But
I don't need to come up with a creative story. The writers already did.
Yeah. But when I did go over to friends' house, I do remember, like, I never knew, like, anyone else's names except, like, I assumed all the blonde ones were named Barbie, or that they all were named Barbie, and I didn't really know. So they all had different names, but I do remember, like, looking back, I wish I could go back in time and just watch me and my friends play, because we really thought we were making, like, ER level, like, General Hospital with Barbie, and, like, I
when
remember
it was
there
really
was, like
Scrubs.
Not even, but I do, all
Gen
I remember...
Z Hospital.
I wish I could...
Don't make me think about Gen Z Hospital.
Oh, we're going to, because we're going to
We're
talk about it in a video.
Never forget
No!
Gen Z Hospital.
No!
But with Barbie.
I do remember there was one scene that we, like, kept redoing. Like, we weren't filming it. We just needed to get it right, even so, though. Where there was a big car crash. And it was like... I don't remember the context, but for whatever reason, this car crash was interrupting Barbie's love life. And, like, I just remember we were like, no, it needs to flip 3 times. We could not get it to flip 3 times.
Something about, like, creating drama and tragedy with Barbie dolls was so fun. I remember playing with my neighbor across the street and, like, my sisters and I, and... This is so bad. We had, like, this big, like, divorce scandal in the family, and the mom was on the phone with her ex-husband because he was, like, trying to get custody of her kids. And she was like, absolutely not. I'm taking the kids and everything. Oh, and by the way, I threw the ring in the trash. Click.
Oh,
and
no.
we're, like, 10 years old, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is, like, making for great TV. Meanwhile, our parents are probably like, are they okay? Is this play therapy? Is everything all right?
Like, when you were growing up, did your parents ever watch, like, soap operas?
My grandparents did. My parents did not.
Because my mom, she grew up... she didn't grow up, but I grew up, and my mom, she liked to watch Coronation Street, which she still does, and Young and Restless.
My Nona loved that show.
Like, literally before I came down here to record this with you guys, I'm pretty sure my mom and my cousin were sitting in the living room watching Coronation Street. But I don't know, it's just something really weird. Like, you would think that, like, oh, kids, they would make, like, wholesome, like scenes, like, play out wholesome scenes, but no, they're always getting into, like, the dark and gritty dramas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of depended on the mood I was in, because I remember a lot of my play being like, oh, here's, like, Barbie and her family, and she's going to, like, go to work for the day, and then she's gonna come home and, like, do all this stuff, but then there would be some instances where it just took a hard left turn, and it was, like, just the plane crash episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my god. Okay, I might be getting slandered for this, but I don't really remember having a lot of Barbies. Maybe I did, but like I was more into Littlest Pet Shops, like that was my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like my cousins had a lot of Barbies, so I would play Barbies with them a lot, but the one I only really remember having was like the Barbie and Swan Lake one. It had like Barbie, she came in a dress, and then there was I don't remember. It had to have been Ken, because like every single male Barbie was a Ken, basically. It was like the Prince of Swan Lake or something, and then there was Barbie, who was like in a dress, and it came with like this this little small miniature like tree looking thing, and it came with all like these little critters or something. That's all I really remember, honestly. And another thing I was gonna ask, because I think Karina had an airplane, a Barbie airplane, and she
I talked about this with
story.
Zaxxon Rogue a couple nights ago. I think it might have been last night, actually. I talked about it.
It kills me every single time when she tells the story about the airplane. Her mom
Oh my
was,
god,
like,
my poor mother.
almost homicidal.
So, I'll make this as short as possible because we've got other stuff to talk about. So, I had a Barbie airplane, and one of the cool things about this airplane was it had a little microphone on it, so you could talk into it and, like, be the flight attendant. So you could, like, push a button, activate the microphone, and tell the passengers, like, fasten up your seatbelts, this is where the exits are. Not me, because all I did from the ages of 3 to when I stopped playing with this mostly happened when I was a young child, I would just get up and put my disgusting baby mouth right up against the microphone like this. And I'm not gonna, like, do the full effect, because it's gonna absolutely blow out the audio, but I'd go, welcome to the plane, for hours. The poor parents had to listen to it.
Welcome to the plane.
Welcome to the plane. That was it. And every single time, I'd blow into the microphone.
Has that not been your experience flying, though? That's what every pilot, that's, like, just what I hear when I fly. Welcome to the plane.
Here's the funny thing. For a hot minute in high school, I wanted to be a flight attendant.
Oh.
And that's what you would have done, right?
Absolutely. First day, welcome to the plane. Thank you for flying with Air Canada. And I'd get fired.
The idea of them just being like, wow, that was like a really polite weird flight attendant, but like she kept doing this blowing thing, and like she kept like walking down the aisle, didn't ask if I wanted a beverage, just kept saying welcome to the plane. Like, I'm welcome. I feel welcome.
I felt very welcome.
You didn't tell me where, like, where the emergency life jackets were. God forbid the plane goes down. I would know nothing, but at least I would feel very welcomed and wanted on this flight.
I like the idea of taking the mic element out of it and you just going aisle to aisle, touching every shoulder. Welcome to the plane. Welcome to the plane.
Except I blow in their face, and in place of blowing into the microphone.
You just get
that had to get fired in 2021.
I take my mask off and I blow in their face.
You get right in their ear. Welcome to the plane.
This is
ASMR.
Yeah.
Welcome to the plane. I'm going to be your flight attendant for today.
No, bad. Okay.
Misophonia trigger warning, I guess.
I guess before we move on to I don't know what the rivals of the show, I guess.
The foils?
The foils.
Yes, foils, yeah.
So they're not really rivals because they don't, like, have any serious beef aside from, I want to be better, or I want to ruin your day.
If you're, like, competitive with somebody, they could be, like, your friendly rival.
Yeah.
Right? Or,
like in Pokemon, they always have, like, your best friend be your rival, right? But you're not, like, oh, I hate them.
Yeah.
It's like, I hope you do well, best friend.
before we get to them, do we want to talk about the pets at all? Are we good?
The
Those
pets are
pets-
made out of plastic, and they barely move because the way that their joints are set up is they can just go forward and back, so that's how they move. And the pets get voice. So the way the whole show is structured, and that is that it's kind of like a Keeping Up with the Kardashians kind
It's
of
like
thing,
a
where there's
mockumentary.
yeah. So there's a film crew, like the way that the camera, I guess, is that it's like handheld, so you can kind of see the shot like swaying a little bit because someone's holding the camera. And they have cutaway confessionals, and the pets get cutaway confessionals. So they'll be like, bark, bark, but then there'll be a human voiceover translating what they're saying. And the
I don't
voice
know. I thought it was pretty good.
And the voice that they give the animals is like, so it's like, bark, bark. I've just had the absolute worst day of my life, and Bobby's just making it absolutely horrid. And then it cuts back. It's so funny for no reason.
Nobody was born with a plastic six-pack like you, Ken.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And they didn't have to do that, but they did. They committed to the bit.
I think, yeah, the people. It's really sad that this didn't get like bigger than it is or whatever, because there's so much like love. It's a love letter to Barbie. At the same time, I guess I
Making
do
fun
wonder.
of itself at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess I just wonder, like, did kids like it all that much, or was it more just for like people our age who really like appreciate the whole?
I honestly
meta-ness
don't
of
think
it
it was
all?
for children. I don't think Mattel like greenlit this with children as the audience in mind. I think because like I don't know how many kids like watch web series, but they're probably like, we're gonna make this for like a young adult crowd, and like throw in these little funny goofs that children are not gonna find funny.
Yeah.
I'd love to sit in
debatable
on like a
what-
marketing meeting that was like pre-production for this show.
I
It
just
was
think of
it's a weird like demographic because I could see kids enjoying it, like kids that enjoy Barbie because it's Barbie, right?
yeah.
But like apparently this show, like, and I remember it blowing up. It blew up a lot on Tumblr because it's just so weird to see that show come out of like Barbie, because Barbie, like, because we've watched like Fairytopia and we watched Rapunzel, and like they're all good and stuff, but they're not like self-aware movies, you know?
right.
Yeah, it's a very different direction than the Barbie brand was going in at the time, and I think they took a big leap in going in this direction. And it's a shame that they didn't continue it. Like, I think they canceled the project. Who am I? I think they canceled the series at some point after like a season or two.
Yeah, they did.
Which is
I think they
unfortunate.
had a few seasons actually.
Yeah, but like it set out to be something funny and quirky, and they really did create something funny and quirky. So good for them.
So there was 5 seasons of this show.
There's 5 seasons. That's a good
But-
run for a web
but-
series.
But every single episode is like around 3 minutes 3 minutes about, or maybe a bit more.
Yeah, they're
So-
very short and they're very snappy. You get a lot of content for 3 minutes.
It was weird because like obviously didn't take us that long to watch the first season, but it felt like a lot happened. So it's good. They utilized their time well. Okay, I guess let's move on to Ryan. What words would we use to describe Ryan?
He's there.
He's the guitar guy at the party.
Yeah, he's the guy
like,
that
only
brings the
knows how
guitar
to play
to the party.
Wonderwall.
He
Yeah.
keeps trying to make that guitar happen, and it's like, I'm sorry, sir. No.
It's not going to happen.
Because the episodes that we watch, Ryan's always like, "Hey Barbie, I wrote you a song," and then he starts playing, and Barbie's like, "Okay, shut up."
It's like, oh my god, let's like let Ken listen to this, and he's like, that's not the point, Barbie.
It's also
like
interesting
very-
Like when they were going camping, Ryan started his song, and then Barbie interrupts and is like, "We need to go hiking, like right now."
He is very okay with trying to steal a lady that is already in a relationship and not be subtle about it. Just do it right out in the open.
And I think Barbie doesn't. I think Barbie knows, but also I'm like, I would find it very funny if she was just completely unaware of Ryan's love for her.
I guess that's the thing too. Like, I don't know if Ryan is like that. Here's what I've worked out. There's like a few different things I've taken this to be. One, she did ask both Ryan and Ken to pet sit for her when she left.
Yes.
So that first was like, okay, maybe this is like coded as a throuple. Fingers crossed. Alternatively,
wait, what's a throuple? Sorry.
3 people in a relationship, a couple, but a throuple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're a poly couple.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Or a poly relationship, rather.
A polythruple.
Yeah.
So there's that option. The other option I worked out. Barbie totally knows that Ryan is into her. She just likes making Ken jealous, and it's like this thing they have going on. It's like this secret between the two of them, and Ryan's just a pawn in their sick games.
It's a very specific form of swinging between them, where, like, they don't actually, like, do anything physical with anybody else, but it's like, ooh, like, I kind of like the chase. It's kind of fun, but we're not gonna do anything beyond that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like cucking, but the guy that is actually dating the girl actually wins.
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, I don't know what that is. I guess it's like reverse cucking, because it's like they like Ryan.
They're cucking Ryan.
Yeah, like Ryan gets nothing.
Ryan gets played.
It's a way for Ken to feel more dominant than he is. It's a way for Barbie to feel like Ken is more dominant than he is.
When are we gonna get an episode where Ken...
I would love, like,
it.
one thing that's a lot of shows, like, I don't know if this one does, but I think a lot of shows like this would have, like, the Ken character have, like, an alpha bro episode where he learns that, like, being an alpha chat is not the life for him, but until he learns that lesson, he's like breaking cans on his forehead and growling unnecessarily and stuff, and I think that would be fun to see Ken do.
Wait, are you implying that alpha males growl at people?
Yeah, they just go "Arr!" all the time, unnecessarily.
Have you not
Bob
seen
growl at
any?
people?
Have you not seen any of those, like, weird alpha male YouTubers? They're exactly like that.
They just,
Oh
I don't know what it is.
They're
but,
just
like,
so aggressive for no reason.
And it's like, one thing that's really weird too is, like, I have to just assume, like, I cannot reconcile the women in their lives at all. But, like, because there's this one guy, I feel like we might have all even gotten together and watched this reaction video to it. But anyways, this alpha guy who's talking about, like, how women need to be put in their place and stuff. And I'm like, you have a wife and kids. In this video, this alpha man, he literally says that, like, his wife, like, I forget what the word he said was, but basically the implication was it's like dumb for his wife to expect him to change the diaper. So, like, if she's like, hey, can you if she expects you to change the diaper, you need to wait, and you'll say, I'll get to it when I get to it. Meanwhile, your kid's just sitting in feces, sir.
Yeah.
Like,
sorry, you don't get to make that decision when your child has defecated on themselves. You're the parent. Go fix it.
Yeah, whatever our power thing is, this is bigger than us. Like, let's not have him get a rash, please.
Yeah. You are jeopardizing your child's health and safety because you are being a big baby boy.
Because, like,
period.
Because the other thing is, like, I can't... The only alternative I could see is, I'll do it when I'm ready. Well, now I'm ready.
No.
Like,
here's how I see the scene playing out. Oh, babe, sorry to interrupt. Do you think you can go change the baby's diaper? I'm really busy and in the middle of something. I'll get to it when I get to it. Excuse me? Okay, I'm sorry, honey. I'll go do it right now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. That's what I thought.
It's like whenever you talk back to your mom and she gives you the whole, who do you think you're talking to? And you just go, no one.
Because that's the thing too. Like, obviously, like, you know, in this case, we're not talking about like actually like unsafe relationships.
Yeah.
But like, so I'm assuming there are people who find that sort of, I don't know, like trad life relationship deal appealing.
I guess.
I mean, like, because I just watched a TikTok today, actually, where it was like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
where she was like, ways to please your man, like, wear dresses, feed him, give him kisses. And I was like, I mean, those are all nice things. Like, I think anybody would like those, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know why you're saying it, like, because, like, the implication was, like, here's why your man isn't happy with you, because you don't do these things. It's like, I mean, like, look, if you want, like, me to go grab us some, like, takeout on the way home, like, I'm fine to do that. But, like, I don't know. It was just, I think it's always weird whenever they talk about, like, feeding your man. Like, you're just going to give him a plate and stand next to him while he eats.
Sorry, I'm not your mom.
Like,
I don't,
Like, it's
I don't know.
it goes back to that weird dynamic of, like, men who want girlfriends to treat them the way their mom did, because they never learned how to be independent. So they're like, oh, I need a woman to clean the house and cook and fold my laundry and wake me up in the morning and do this and do that, because that's what my mom did, and I'm 25 and I don't know how to call the dentist by myself. That's a you problem, baby. You gotta fix that for yourself.
like, I think
I can't fix that for you.
I mean, it's just, I mean, I get, like, this is bigger, but that's part of, like,
This is
the
bigger
whole
than
deal
Barbie
with,
now.
yeah, I understand that, like, what I'm about to say, like, that's, like, part of, like, feminism and misogyny and, like, all that sort of stuff. At the same time, though, it's like, if you need a woman in your life to do all these things for you, like, why not be nice to her?
Yeah.
Like, I
She's
don't
gonna
know.
want to do these things for you if you ask her nicely. There's a big difference between go make me dinner and, oh, do you think you can get dinner started? Please.
I really think it's interesting, too, that, like, that's the alpha male view, where it's like, I need someone to take care of me, when it's like, why do you think that's an appealing trait? Like, why do you think any of those are appealing traits?
Right.
Yeah, nothing...
You're not strong enough to handle this stuff on your own, so you need
Nothing
someone
says
to do
I'm
it
a
for
big
you.
manly alpha than having my girlfriend fold my socks for me.
I think it's also unfortunate too, because I feel like it creates this like sort of sad cycle, because like there are women who do like the homemaker domestic lifestyle, and that's not a bad thing to do, like
Right.
Yeah.
wanting
But it's
to
just
do
that
that. But
Men like
if
this
you're-
make it seem like it's the default when it shouldn't be.
And I feel, and not even so much this the default, but it's also like, if I want to like cook dinner, but then I get told like, go whip something up in the kitchen. Well, now I feel like
Now
I'm listening to you, even though I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, now I've lost all my
Anyway.
motivation to do that. Thanks for ruining my evening. Make your own dinner.
Anyway, Ryan is not an alpha male.
Oh
Ryan
yeah, right.
is
We were
an
talking
interesting-
about Ryan.
Ryan's an interesting little peanut.
A little peanut.
He really likes Barbie, and I think the only way he knows how to appeal to her is through his guitar and the one song he knows. And it's like, Ryan,
well, it's
listen,
the song he
you're
wrote for Barbie.
you're shooting shots at a target that has already been. I don't know where this is going. Barbie's in a committed relationship with Ken. It is pointless.
You're shooting shots at a target that isn't even there.
Yeah, you fight. Like, Nikki's cute. Nikki's available. You should try. She's cute. She's cutesy.
Wait. Yeah.
I
I was gonna go into the Nicki Minaj. She's the mammoth, of course. She's huge, but she's like a cute little ladybug.
yeah, okay, I guess I don't really have much more to say about Ryan. Any final thoughts on him?
Oh,
He's
he's also
And I'd
See,
probably
he-
punch him.
he's also
Sorry, Rogue.
portrayed as being like kind of snootier. Like he's like, oh, these jeans are designer.
Yeah.
Kinda
Yeah.
thing.
So Ken is metrosexual, but he's more like bougie, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's a little fruity,
then-
and I love it.
I do ship Ryan and
ship
Ken
Ryan and
more than
Ken.
I ship Ken and Barbie.
Yeah.
They have great, they have great interactions, because it's not like, they're not like, well, they do get into fights, but because it's a Barbie show, they're not like throwing fists or whatever, they're not getting each other bloody, it's just them snapping back at each other, and I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Because you know that Ryan doesn't have a chance, and that's what kind of makes it all the more funnier, is that you know that it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Although even Urkel eventually got the girl, so
Even Urkel got the girl.
I mean, he did. That's how it went.
I like of all of the like best friend getting the girl best friend things or like whatever. You're like Steve Urkel.
Well, okay, so Family Matters, a lot of things from that show kind of just, live in my head rent-free. Because I watched it a lot when it's so sad, too, because, I watched the reruns that came on, ABC Family before it became Freeform, and they had shows like this on it. But anyway, I remember this one scene where he finally gets Laura. They go on this date, and then his ex-girlfriend Myra shows up in a Laura outfit trying to get him back, and then she explains, Urkel, she's been mean to you for basically the whole show, and she's finally given you a little bit of attention, but, and you just dumped me. And then he's basically yeah, but, can't pass up this chance, man. It's Laura.
Did I do that? Did I break your heart?
Oh my gosh, that's great. That's everything. I want that soundbite.
Karina _Urkel_ did I do that?
Yeah.
When I'm
Quick,
sending
do it
you
again.
Did I do that? I'll make that a separate audio file. it'll be the new Matt laughing 1, Matt laughing 2.
Just Karina Urkeling.
Karina Urkel.
Okay. So let's move on, I guess, basically to our
Last
main...
but not least.
Yeah.
The magnum opus.
Let's talk about the lovely Raquel, who...
Oh my god.
Words to describe Raquel.
Everything I've ever wanted.
Yeah, she's a real one.
The main character.
Yeah.
The true character of Life in the Dreamhouse.
I will say, that's true, though, because she kind of has more of an arc than anybody else does, really. She, has aches and pains, goals, nobody else really is working towards anything, but at least Raquel is working.
Except Ryan.
Yeah.
Except Ryan, but that's kind of boring.
But even that, he doesn't... He kind of just shows up when called upon, but, Raquel is, actively trying to one-up Barbie and she's not going to. She's kind of, it's just not... I like that the show basically just sort of spells it out, no, Raquel, you're not Barbie, and you will never be better than her. In multiple episodes, they do this.
But that's so sad.
I love seeing Raquel try.
She's very creative.
And she's not, outwardly mean. She's not, she's not, gossiping about Barbie or spreading rumors about Barbie that she is, I don't know, like a wig or whatever. It's just that she just wants one day for Barbie to be wow, you're really, good at that, Raquel. Or, wow, you're better than me at something.
I don't even think she necessarily wants the validation from Barbie. She wants it from, the people around her who which I think is fair. Like, she's trying really hard.
I
She
think
always looks really nice, and yet all of the attention is always on Barbie, and I think that really messes with a person's self-esteem and self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I want to mention that she wants to get with Ken. I think we
Does
should
she,
mention
though?
that as well.
Or is it more just like...
I want to be Barbie.
Yeah, like, I feel like it's more like Ken represents another thing that Barbie has.
Yeah.
Like, a status of them. Like, because also, like, they're in, like, this perfect blonde beach relationship deal or whatever they've got.
Yeah.
So I think Raquel just, like, wants to be a part of that. Let's talk... We mentioned this episode earlier, but we'll talk about it a bit more now. The party episode. So Nikki and Barbie are invited to a party Raquel is throwing, and they're dressed casually. They look cute or whatever. And Raquel opens the door, and she's like, "It's formal, so you can't come."
Well, no, they were still there, but she was just like, how embarrassing
Well,
for you.
God, you showed up
oh.
in sweats. And
Because
so
she shut the...
funny.
Okay. Because she
Well,
shut the
because
door
Raquel-
on them and left them in, like, the front yard or away from the party or whatever. I guess I thought it was, like...
What Raquel did is that she told Barbie and Nikki, oh, it's just a casual party. But then told everyone else it's a formal party. So everyone came in ball gowns except Barbie and Nikki. And then they're like, Barbie's like, I read over the invitation like 1,000,000 times, and I also laminated it. And she said that it was casual, and then Raquel said, yeah, I did say it was casual. But it's just funny seeing Barbie look like that, right? Like that she's underdressed to a party where you gotta overdress, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite tropes in media is overdressing or underdressing to a party when all the other guests are opposite. I don't know why, but it's just like a funny, like, hee hee, oh no, what an awkward situation to be in.
Yeah. So, do we think was this action mean of Raquel to do, or is it just sort of like obviously it's not nice to do.
Yeah, it
but
was mean, but it was also iconic.
It's such a power play.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it doesn't... They do, like, 3 different outfit changes before Barbie finally figures out that she can't fit... This is kind of weird, because basically Raquel sort of backs Barbie into a corner where Barbie was fine to just attend. But because of all the outfit changes, and she was always one step behind the outfit change, it went to formal wear, to beach wear, or, like pool party wear. And then
a
To
costume
Barbie
party.
Fairytopia cosplay.
Yeah. And then, at that point, instead of becoming fairies and revealing a 4th thing, Barbie and Nikki just go straight to mermaid, which I like because they've been, like, turning dials on a belt that converts their whole outfit. So I like the idea that she's like, okay, this time we're going to turn it 2 times instead of just the once. And then
We're
we'll
going to be ready for her next move. We are 2 steps ahead of you, Raquel.
Yeah.
And then, if you didn't watch our Fairytopia video, you should. But I will also say that,
Because the title is incredible.
the closing scene that we see is just the gayest looking party I've ever seen. Where it's like only girls in attendance. They're all paired off and they're all slow dancing.
Barbie said gay rights. Yes. You can't spell Barbie without bi.
Yeah, you're true.
Yeah, you really can't. So, yeah, I mean, all in all, I gotta say, so I think I really like this the most. I think even when we're not doing the Barbie stuff, I could see myself watching the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it's cute. I liked it a lot.
It's good fun. It's a good... There's so many, like, little gags that just had us cracking up.
There was a lot
it's
of
re-
visual gags that I really enjoyed.
It's really fun to watch with friends.
Yeah.
So if you and your friends have, like, an hour, Go find it. I think it's on YouTube.
Don't tell Mattel. Don't tell them.
It's fine. Mattel doesn't have to. They have money. It's okay. They don't need any more.
Yeah, so does Nintendo, but they're still taking down all the emulators.
It's also on Netflix for some people. I don't know. Maybe you've gotten a VPN from somebody.
Yeah,
who's
use your
sponsored.
VPN.
Yeah, I don't know.
And now's the perfect time to talk about our sponsor. Surfshark.
But we are not sponsored.
Yeah,
by them.
no.
Not
Yeah, but
sponsored.
please sponsor us.
Yeah, if you would like to, that'd be great. I had
Yeah.
Surfshark for a little bit, and then my free trial ended. But
Yeah,
I loved it. I was able to watch Criminal Minds
That's all
Nice.
you need it for.
before it was on Disney Plus. But
Yes.
I got some good use out of it.
So,
Wait, hold on. Disney owns the rights to Criminal Minds?
Disney owns everything.
Disney owns everything. They
Yeah.
own a third of the entertainment industry.
That's messed up.
They have Simpsons on Disney Plus, honey.
Yeah, because they bought Fox.
I hate...
Family
Yeah, I
Guy's
know
moving
that.
over there too.
No, it's not. No, don't say
It's
that.
leaving Adult Swim.
What
Because
is?
Disney
I
owns
missed it.
Adult
my God!
Family Guy is leaving Adult
yeah,
Swim.
because
for their
Family Guy
Fox.
was a Fox property.
And Disney owns
Get out.
Disney bought
I hate
them.
this. I hate this right now. I hate this so much.
I
That
mean,
means Disney owns the rights to Bird is the Word, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Does Family Guy
absolutely
own the
not.
rights to that
It's the
song?
they had a whole episode around it.
Yeah, but that's not it wasn't made for the show. That's a song.
I know.
Just Seth MacFarlane's in court, like, please let me have the rights to this song.
Well, maybe they did because, isn't there?
MacFarlane.
Didn't the Slipknot guy own the rights to the SpongeBob theme song, so he can he's allowed to perform it at concerts and stuff. So sometimes people just
That's
get
a
rights to
fun fact.
songs. Yeah, I think he just really likes SpongeBob, or his kid did. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I could have a really successful musician dad because I don't I couldn't have a famous parent. I'm glad I don't because they always if you're a kid and you ask your parents for something and it's oh, you're a cute kid, you wanted a dumb thing, haha. Now it's on a late night talk show.
Yeah.
Now Conan's laughing at you, you little idiot kid.
Yeah. Oh, my kid wanted a poppet. Oh my god, what a loser. Haha. Canned laughter from the audience.
I
And
like
then it's
the
immortalized
scenario.
and you're embarrassed.
I like the idea of the famous parent calling their kid a loser on national TV.
It's what do you think about what do you think about your son dishwasher detergent?
Oh my god, my
They're a
kid's an
loser.
idiot. Oh my god, my kid's so stupid.
I like how I thought that they would that some celebrity would name their kid dishwasher detergent.
Listen,
I mean,
Apple.
I wouldn't. If we had
Apple.
a Tide Pod kid, I would not be surprised. Just Tide
I mean,
Pod
we
the
have
child.
we have a kid that's named XAE Elon Musk and Grimes.
Elon
kid.
Musk really had
I thought they
Did they
turned
change
that one
it?
down. I think the state of California. Where was he born? The state of California. They didn't let him do that.
I hope to God that kid has a different name. Also,
I
I think
always
this will be the
wonder
last
how
thing
that.
before.
Oh yeah.
do you
Also, they got
pronounce it?
divorced. Didn't they get
I don't
didn't they
think
announce their
I don't think they were
divorce?
ever married.
They say they are partially separated, so now I'm questioning who gets the rights to their kids.
I thought that was
C-3PO or
Grimes.
whatever
Wait,
the
he had
fuck
kids
his
with
name
Grimes
was.
or some other lady?
No, with Grimes.
The very strong password kid was with Grimes. But then Elon Musk had the absolute audacity to say that they them pronouns are an aesthetic nightmare. And people are like, look at your kid's name. You want to talk about aesthetic nightmares? Look what you named your child, you idiot. You clown.
Yeah.
Shut up, SNL Wario.
But if Elon Musk wants to sponsor the show, then we think Gen Z Hospital was very interesting. More on that later.
Yeah, I think you being
Love
the
the idea. Of
Sorry,
Elon
Zax,
Musk.
I'm sorry. I'm too much of a commie to accept funding from Elon Musk. I can't accept this.
No, that's fine. I think, but I would love,
won't be on that video.
but would you at least come to the meeting where he makes the offer? We can still reject it.
Yeah, we could still
I'll
say
sit back
that-
in my chair with my arms crossed and I'll just stare at him across the table.
I'll put my hair in front of my face like a little mustache.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
That's what you do for business.
Zach is in a business meeting, a little suit and tie, and then just you take a piece of hair and put it on your face like a mustache.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole
Rogue
thing.
comes in with the briefcase.
Yeah.
They're like Zach, so we have an offer that you can't refuse, and they're like, first we'll talk money. Money first, then plan.
Put the money on the table.
I like.
Count it out for me.
We have a big long
I like
social.
this Godfather scene we've created.
The most we can offer is $21,000.
That's kind of bad.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
I want to see business acts.
Well, okay, you heard it here first. People sponsor us. We have 100 some subs.
We
Not
have more
the
than
best-
that, right?
I think we're at 300 something now.
Oh,
Yay,
okay.
300 subs.
Okay, well,
Congratulations.
not the biggest reach, but we're getting there. So,
We
like,
got-
why don't
we got
you
some friends.
strike? Yeah, strike while the iron's hot, and you
Yeah.
can see kind of business.
Yeah, kind of business. It's a
TM.
kind of investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd like to make
Kind
an
of.
investment in your company, Zach.
Yeah, but first, can I tell you about my favorite episode?
Kind of business. That'll be your business email.
Kind of business.
Business contacts
Kind of deals.
only, please.
And remember, everybody, when you sign
Kind-
up for your 2 months free of Surfshark VPN, make sure to use code KINDOF10 at checkout for a 10% discount for legal reasons. For legal reasons,
Oh,
this
God.
is a joke.
Okay, yeah, no, seriously, yeah, we're not sponsored. I
We are
cannot express that enough. We've said the word a lot, but we are not. Nobody
We are.
gave us any money. These views are
Hashtag
all
not
our own.
sponsored.
Hashtag
We do it-
don't cancel us over
Yeah.
we do a live recording from the UK, and we call it Kinda Ben. Like Big
Crickets.
Ben did it. I'm very funny.
Crickets.
I like.
Joke's over.
And scene.
So,
Cut.
on that,
Dead ass.
okay, so we went to wild places, but that,
Yeah.
I think this is a hint of how interesting this show is, because it really got our gears going.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching the show and talking about it with me here. And for the rest of you listening / watching, thank you for that. And remember to comment, like, and subscribe because we all need friends. Okay, bye.
Bye.